Transportation Center. So you're not quite to the Magic Kingdom yet, but to get to the Magic Kingdom, you can either take the ferry boat or my favorite, the...
Good morning from TTC. We are making our way to Magic Kingdom today. It is a party day, but things are a little bit different. So, normally I rope drop, especially when going to Magic Kingdom today. I thought we would change things up a little bit. It is almost 11 o'clock. This is when most people seem to come to Magic Kingdom, or the other parks, honestly. So, I thought we would show up at this time, take a look around, see what the situation is, and have a little bit of fun. So, let's do that. So it took us about 30 minutes to get here today from the TTC. We'll talk more about that in a second, but there's some music happening. Main Street, USA. We're about to be walking right down Main Street, USA. Looks like the stage show is happening right now, and there's going to be a parade coming, so we gotta get moving. So as you can kind of see, there are definitely a lot more people here today than there are when we rope drop. I mean, it's to be expected, but this is definitely when the crowds start to arrive. So like I said, it's currently 11:30, which is usually when I'm leaving the park, and that's when I see a lot of people coming into the park. I start to see the wait times go up and it gets more crowded already. It's definitely more crowded. As you can see, the people walking behind me, there are a lot of them. But we're gonna do a lap of the park, see what the wait times are, see if we can get on any attractions without having like a super long wait. And yeah, we'll talk about it as we go. So let's get out of here. We're coming across this board, so let's take a look at wait times. I don't know how well you can see them, but Dumbo is at 30. Small World is at 30. It said 5 on the board, so that's a little bit different. PhilharMagic 10, Seven Dwarves is 70, Haunted Mansion an 85-minute wait. Holy moly! The parade is happening at 3. Peter Pan 80. This can't be right. I just walked past these. And it said 45 for Peter Pan, and it said 5 for It's a Small World. Hold on a second. We're gonna look in the app. Let's check the tip board, because I don't believe this for one hot second. I mean, it might be true. I'm gonna refresh just for the sake of discussion. All right, let's see what they're saying here. So 40 for Big Thunder, 25 for Buzz Lightyear. I'm really interested in It's a Small World. So Dumbo, it says 5 on here, and it said 30 on there. Haunted Mansion is temporarily closed. 25 for It's a Small World. So, I mean, I guess that's more accurate. Something's not right. 3 different places, 3 different wait times. 45 for Jungle Cruise. What about Peter Pan? Peter Pan says 55, said 45, and didn't it just say 85? No, 85 for, I don't remember. Well, you just saw it. Anyway. Wait times are all over the place. What is going on? Did the board just not get updated? Small World is 30 on here now. All right, Dumbo is 30. 70 for Pirates of the Caribbean. I don't know. I just don't know. Now look, I don't want to come off as too surprised by what we just saw. Mainly because there are discrepancies sometimes in the wait times. Oh, we're about to walk past Dumbo. Dumbo says 5 minutes. So, you know, I just don't know. But I do want to say that it's not uncommon for this to be a thing. Like, we do know that discrepancies when it comes to wait times and where they're posted happen. Especially because sometimes it's the cast members who have to report back to like HQ what the wait times are. So I think it's important to look at the app, but as I have said multiple times, it's more important to go to the attraction and see what the wait time is there. So anyway, I'm gonna sit down and have a sandwich because I packed a sandwich for myself and I'm gonna eat it because it's lunchtime. So I've said this before, but I'm gonna say it again. You absolutely can bring food to Walt Disney World. And in fact, I'm a huge fan of bringing food to Disney. I have a sandwich and I have some snacks here. I always have a water bottle. So it's a good plan, especially if you are trying to stick to a budget, if you have picky eaters, or if you have anyone with food allergies or food sensitivities in your group. Now I want to be clear, I'm saying that because I know that it could be more convenient for those people, but I don't want to leave you under the impression that Disney doesn't have accommodations for people who have food allergies and or sensitivities. So you can find information about that on the My Disney Experience app, but long and short of it is yes, you can absolutely bring your own food. Will you have the ability to just stop anywhere and eat? No. The same challenges that we have with benches apply to tables. There are places that are more empty than others. Like right now I'm in Storybook Circus. There are places like this all around the parks, but it's important to kind of look for empty spaces during off time. So just like if you were going to eat at a counter service restaurant, that's when you want to eat your lunch, even if you're bringing it, and you want to find a comfortable space to kind of sprawl out and eat. I just finished my lunch and I'm about to wrap things up, but I noticed there were a bunch of people kind of gathered here in the corner of Storybook Circus near the like the relaxation tent, and guess who's out here meeting people? Chip and Dale. How cool is that? I didn't know that it was happening back here, so I don't know if it's a regular thing, but keep it in mind. It's pretty awesome. Of course, the meet and greet that's over there, Pete's Silly Sideshow, has not opened back up, but looks like if you're here at the right time, you never know who you might see. We're not going to go hang out with Chip and Dale today, but I do want to look in Big Top Souvenirs, see if this area has improved any. I was just looking at the hats, and it looks like there is a new hat for that princess collection. Oh, look at the back, how cute! Fancy little bow. Okay, how much is this hat? $29.99, so the price of any other hat, which is pretty cool, and that's an Aladdin one, or Jasmine. I don't think there are any other ones. No, I can't see any other ones from that collection. That's pretty cool though. I love that. So it does in fact look like they have added merchandise back in here, which is really cool. We've got some Star Wars stuff, some Pride stuff, so it's kind of like overflow. I saw some Wonders of Xandar stuff, and here we have the Mickey Main Attraction collection. I haven't actually seen this yet. Let's take a look at Mickey. I mean, he's $34.99. He's cute. I think if you collect him and you really love that, then maybe. It's not really for me though. I'm not a huge fan of the carousel. But what do you guys think? Tell me in the comments down below. You know, it's been a while since we've been on the Carousel of Progress. What do you say? Let's go. So when it comes to wait times today, I feel like the wait times are creeping up. They're not bad, but they're not as much of a walk-on as they would have been if we would have rope dropped. And so I feel like you're really missing out if you're not rope dropping on a party day for a few reasons. You're missing extra time, but you're also missing on the cooler weather, that's for sure. Especially because some of these waits are outside, like Buzz Lightyear right now. I don't know what the wait time is, but it's all outdoor queue. And also because the park closes early, so it's a couple extra hours you're losing out on if you wait until like 11 to get here. It smells of bearing grease in here. My gearheads will know what I'm talking about. Not something you usually smell at Disney, but you know, I guess there's a first time for everything.
Walt Disney Carousel.
It's a dream come true for you and me.
So there's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow, shining at the end of every day. There's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow, just a dream away.
Looks like the people mover is down again. And it's gonna go on too. Oh well. I don't really want to wait in line for it to come back online. Sometimes it comes back up pretty quick. It's all good. Not a big deal. 15-minute wait for Buzz Lightyear. I don't know. What do you think? I mean, 15 minutes isn't bad, but I don't want to get too much practice. Earn too much of an advantage over Russ. I don't know. Could use the practice. Well, that about does it for today, I think. At least here at Magic Kingdom. Now, when I was shopping through the Emporium, I noticed something. And I'm gonna say this to you now. I don't know if it's true. I may correct myself later. If I do, I'll put it in here somewhere. The tote. There's this Halloween tote that you can buy with a $40 purchase for what was $16.99. If memory serves me right. When I bought it, I want to say it was $16.99. And or I saw it on Shop Disney for $16.99 with a purchase of $40 or more. I saw it in the park today for $24.99. Now if that's true, this is about being smarter and paying less. Look around. I say this all the time. Check Shop Disney. See where the deal's on. If I'm wrong on this, then I apologize in advance, but it's interesting. So while I was on the ferry, I did double check myself, and yes, currently that bag is being sold for $16.99 on Shop Disney and $24.99 here. So just do your research. Check. Well, this about does it for our day here at Magic Kingdom. It was a great day. Now, there are two main things that I want to make note of before we wrap up. Number one, I do think that you don't have to be here for rope drop if you want to take advantage of a party day. We've talked about this a little bit on and off. The fact that party days are a good time to avoid having to get Genie Plus and stuff because the crowds are low. And I stand by that even now. Even getting here at, I don't know, what was it? 11:30, 11:45 by the time we got into the park. But, and this is an important but here, just because you can skip rope drop, I don't think you should. I mean, you can still have an okay time, but based on the wait times that I saw, not just from that crazy board, but from like walking around the park, you could have avoided probably about 50% of those wait times, and certainly you could have avoided standing outside in the queue for things like Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin if you would have rope dropped. So we're leaving now at, what time is it? 1:41. So it's definitely later than I would normally be here. Of course, we got here later. Now, I didn't do a ton of attractions today. So, what the actual timing would have looked like would have definitely played a role in how I feel about this. I didn't do the attractions because I didn't feel like waiting in the lines for the things that I didn't have to wait in line for, but you easily could have. So, you know, just like with everything else, it's like, do what you want to do, but you can have a better experience, in my opinion, if you were to rope drop on this day. You could have been out of here by now. You could have been spending this time like strolling and just wandering and meeting characters and stuff, as opposed to like still waiting in line for attractions. So there's that. Also, because all the people who did rope drop are starting to get sluggish this time of day, there are a lot of like scattered crowds in places. The shops are more crowded than they would be if you would have rope dropped. The restaurants are more crowded than they would be if you would have rope dropped. At least this is my experience. So there's that. The second thing I want to mention before we leave is the stroller situation. We're going to have a conversation about this, but we need to talk about strollers and bringing them yourself when visiting Walt Disney World. There's a lot to say here, so stay tuned for that. But I took some measurements today of the tram for those of you who are thinking about bringing a stroller and then driving to Disney. I see so many people struggle with strollers, so that's why this is on my brain today. But like I said, we're going to get into that a little bit later. If you have any thoughts on strollers, leave them in the comments down below. But yeah, that's all for now, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you had fun, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.